My bad, my bad. Whoa. This way. So yes, update from last night. The chase. They ended up hijacking four different cars: a black pickup truck, a white pickup truck, um, a 18-wheeler, and then at the end of the day, a black BMW. So, I mean, I was pretty fascinated. Definitely a top five chase that I've ever seen. What started the chase was a normal not bank robbing, carjacking of a black pickup truck, and then somehow I think they drove into like one of those truck lots and they fired guns at the truck driver. I think stole his car, and then at some point I'm going to assume the truck was running out of gas, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know about that particular truck, but a lot of 18 wheelers have two like couple 100-pound gas tanks on each side. So they theoretically maybe could have driven across the country or at least halfway through. And then they got into a white pickup truck. And what they think happened was the last car they drove off in, that black BMW, someone might have left the car for them under the freeway overpass. And, they just drove off into the night. They're kind of smart what they did. They kept the white truck running. So the cops initially thought, hey, they're in that. But I thought it was a little sus that that black BMW took off pretty fast. I'm like, I think that's them. So, um, oh, that's pretty funny, William Barry. Um, yeah, they got away. Could have been I think it was two guys at least. But, definitely a top five chase I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen four different cars be hijacked before. But I don't know if they have any clue as to who they are. Let's go on NBC LA and see what I will say the numbers were quite good last night. So maybe I'll just become a freeway chase channel. Let's see if there's an update here. Um, okay, pursuit. Let's see, we're getting a little update here. Damn. Officers lost sight of the truck. No arrests were reported early Monday. So it indeed looks like they got away. There was a milk truck. I was not involved, but I remember one time I was coming home, I think from hockey, on the 405 North from Orange County. And, the freeway was eerily quiet. And then all of a sudden, I see this car coming at me at an incredibly high rate of speed. And then about 20 cop cars. And you really don't have time. On TV, it looks so easy. Just get out of the way. These cops were on me, and this truck Like they just came out of nowhere, like ninjas. And I don't know what happened in that particular case, but that picture's in my head still, and that was maybe 20 years ago. Um, I've also been caught exactly in the middle of one of those street takeovers. Excuse me. And that was wild because we were in, me and this girl were in was it Playa del Vista? Playa del Rey on Washington Street. And it's a pretty big street, probably, I'd, I'd say 3 lanes each side, east, west. And all of a sudden, it seemed like, thank you, Eddie, at least 100 cars on the wrong side of the road. All they were going to the intersection to watch the thing. And it was literally like a video game. I felt like my car was a pinball. And I was lucky enough at the time to have a Jeep. So I drove over 2 curves, parked in, I think, like some store's parking lot. And I just watched the street takeover from there. I mean, it is pretty exciting. And here's the scary thing: the lookout came out of nowhere. And I know he had a gun on him, baggy clothes, and I know he had something in his waistband. I could just sense it. And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" He might have thought we were cops or something. I said, "Listen, I lied. I live right on the other side of that street. I'm just waiting for this to die down." And he wouldn't really leave where we were. So I gunned it and took off over the curb again. And the cops were already setting up shop to block them or have some kind of a battle plan. And I lied to one of the cops. I'm like, "Hey, some guy just flashed a gun at me. I think he's the lookout." And they took off, and it was on. You talk about. So we went to a gas station on another street, and we just acted like we were getting gas, and we watched the cops chase. It was like watching cops chase rats. I mean, they were just cars, all these high-end like Dodge Hellcats and Magnums and Porsches and whatever. It was interesting to see who the cops chose to go after and who they didn't. Um, so that was a very, I mean, it was wild. I'll never forget the adrenaline rush I had when all these cars are coming at me. And they're on the wrong side of the road, man. They don't give a fuck. Um, what were you doing in the 1994 Northridge earthquake? I was sleeping in Century City. I was on the 19th floor of a 21-story condo building. And we felt it pretty good. I mean, Northridge obviously took the brunt of the action. Hey now. But in West LA, there was a lot of damage done. And our building, it's two 21-story buildings attached to each other. It's on rollers. So, like, the building literally was going like this. So it was pretty fucking scary. And I remember the scariest part was my car, it's a subterranean garage, 3 stories. I mean, there's hundreds of people live in this building. I mean, I would say 21 stories. There's probably maybe 20 units on each floor. So that's, give or take 400 people a building. So about 800 people live in this building. So there's probably about, I would guess, in the 3 stories of the parking structure, 1,500 cars. I mean, it's a lot of cars. It was pitch black. All the electricity had gone out in our building. And I didn't have a flashlight on me, or my cell phone was pretty rudimentary. So I had to literally, thank you, Dr. Nova. I do my best. I had to walk down 3 flights of, obviously the elevators would stop. So I had to walk down 3 flights of subterranean parking, and guess where my car was? And I found it. And I got the fuck out of there, man, because it was, you didn't know if the building was going to go down. Certainly within the first hour, you were like, "Hey, man, this whole thing could pancake. Let's get the fuck out." Of course, that was after. Oh, Pennsylvania explosion. Let me go on the Drudge Report. Are we just going to become a breaking news channel? Explosion in Pennsylvania. Um, I'm not seeing anything on Drudge Report. Let's go to Yahoo. Let me know if there's another car chase we should cover. Uh, yeah, I mean, you never. Um, I mean, and the buildings are still up there. I mean, it's an older building. So 19, I think the building was built before 1974, maybe in the 60s. Oh, explosion at steel plant in Pennsylvania leaves dozens hurt and people trapped under rubble. Yeesh. Um, Yahoo.com. Um, at a U.S. steel plant near Pittsburgh. No confirmed fatalities. The plant, a massive industrial facility along the Monongahela River, is the largest coking operation in North America. Um, well, don't worry about it. We got Senator John Fetterman. He's probably running around in his hoodie right now. Check, yeah, Yahoo News, I should say. Um, so there you go. And for those of you just joining from the car chase last night, by the way, the numbers were big on that car chase episode. Makes me want to quit comedy and just snipe car chases. Um, you got it, hi-fi. Um, but for those of you just joining us, the drivers got away last night. So, I mean, in LA they are, man. I mean, the world stops when there's a car chase. The news stops. You could be in the 2 minute warning of the Super Bowl. By the way, that's a great movie, 2 Minute Warning, with Bruce Dern. What up, Aunt Peggy McDonald? McDonald, not McDonald. The streets, well, it started off in Lancaster, which is a real shithole. And then it went all the way up to 5 to the 405 to the 110 interchange through downtown. So that's a long way. And 4 different cars were used in the chase. So I've never seen that before. I've seen maybe one or two where it was they dumped one car for another, but not 4. My favorite football movie, it's not even close for me, is North Dallas 40. Just an awesome movie. G.D. Spradlin playing a sadistic version of Tom Landry. Um, John Matuzak is O.W. Shattuck. But basically that movie was a documentary on the 70s, late 60s Cowboys, where Mac Davis was Don Meredith. The other quarterback, the goody-goody guy, Hartman in the movie, was a younger Roger Staubach. And it was just a real look at how football was run back then. Of course, the NFL didn't really dig it, but yeah, I mean, they should do a documentary on. I mean, wrestling. I was approached by someone at Sirius recently about developing not a talk show, but some kind of a show for me. And the first thing I said was pro wrestling. And they kind of like, yeah, we got enough of those already. I'm like, yeah, but not how I would do it. I mean, pro wrestling fan base is huge because you got, WWE fans, AEW fans, New Japan fans, Mexico fans. And it's, with you guys being able to get guests Like it could, I said, let's call it Inappropriate Earl. We pick up, where my podcast left off, and so never say never. I mean, I think North Dallas 40 is the most realistic football movie. And then for me, a very close second is the original Longest Yard. Not necessarily a football movie. I mean, football is just the backdrop of, a prison movie, but I think it's a football movie. After that, there's not a lot of great football movies. I mean, I guess you could say Rudy and um, stuff like that. But for me, it's 1 and 1A North Dallas 40 in the Longest Yard. I mean, on any given Sunday, kind of was like North Dallas 40 light. It was like North Dallas 40 with a bigger cast. What up, Just Jenna? I mean, that original Longest Yard, man. I've seen that movie hundreds of times. It's so good. And all the actors in it. That's a movie specifically where the character actors carry the film. I mean, Burt Reynolds was great. But, the old black dude, Granny, um, the guy, um, Richard Keel, who later would go on to play Jaws in the James Bond movies. What up? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Colt C in the house. TB, the resolution was they got away. Isn't that crazy? They got away. I mean, I just liked the the realism of North Dallas 40. I mean, you could tell that was how 70s football went down. Partying, drugs, steroids. And interestingly enough, if you are a fan of the movie, Tommy Raymond just passed away. He was the running back who the whole movie wouldn't do drugs, and then for the big game, he juices up and gets hurt. He just passed away. Um, oh, if you're going like funny stuff, like Unnecessary Roughness is pretty funny. Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, the numbers prove that this might stop being a comedy channel, and we'll just go right to car chases. I mean, one of the most popular channels on YouTube, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but like on Los Angeles YouTube is this guy who just drives around the city at night. He's got a police scanner and he goes to the crime scenes. I might be doing that. Um, so, um, Black Sunday is a good movie. That the one with Bruce Dern and Robert Shaw? Is there a movie called 2 Minute Warning, or is that Black Sunday? Um, and Semi Tough is a very good football movie. 2 Minute Warning movie. Once again, starring 2 Minute Warning. Is there a 2 Minute Warning? Yes, there is a football movie called 2 Minute Warning. Starring Charlton Heston, John Cassavetes, Martin Balsam, Bo Bridges, and Jack Klugman. And then, okay, so there's 2 Minute Warning and then Black Sunday. But, those aren't necessarily football movies. Um, but I guess football is used as the background. Um, so a lot of good football movies. But what I love about North Dallas 40 is that, you look at Mac Davis, he does not look like a typical NFL quarterback, but he does kind of have that Don Meredith vibe. And, Nick Nolte, I don't know if I necessarily believe him as a wide receiver in an NFL, but he kind of had that Bolitnikov vibe. So, um, interesting, interesting. I never saw that Cold Sea. I know. That's the guy though who'll like ride an e-bike in Compton and shit. I'm good on just having a shade under 4,000 subscribers. I'm not driving through Compton to get subscribers. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think 2 Minute Warning and Black Sunday. I think Black Sunday was when the Bruce Stern was like a crazy pilot and he's trying to crash the blimp into the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to talk funny football movies and Gus, and um, it was a TV movie, but with Helen Hunt, quarterback princess. Yeah, Waterboy, absolutely. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want it that much. Um, I mean, I'm not that desperate for. I mean, I'm desperate, but like, I just don't know. I mean, I've thought, okay, what could I do that, I mean, absolutely, going through Compton would be pretty funny, but I'm good. No, thank you. I've been through Compton. It ain't no picnic. I used to work at Family Fitness, which was on Pico and Beverly Hills area, and there was this black dude who worked there, and he lived in Compton. And one day, he asked me for a ride home. I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a ride in a few minutes. I think I was talking to some girl or whatever. He's like, no, we should go now. And I'm like, why? Because you have a red car, and I live in a Crip neighborhood. I'm like, we can go right now. Brian Song is a great football movie. I still cry at the end of that. Um, James Caan, one of his people kind of forget how good of an actor James Caan was. I don't think with some of my jokes that are out there on YouTube that CBS would be looking for me as an NFL replacement. I mean, it didn't work out with Dennis Miller on Monday Night Football. And although my comedy isn't really like Dennis Miller, I don't think CBS or any other network would appreciate me working a Miami Vice reference into a football game. Hey, who's that quarterback? Trent. He's he's playing the Chiefs and the Rams. Um, Trent Green. Imagine me and Trent Green. And Trent Green's the color guy. Hey, Trent, that tight end kind of looks like Switek from Miami Vice. Trent Green would probably look at me and go, "What the fuck?" Um, Thank you, TV. Uh, did we figure out who the milkman was? Yeah, they got away. And I'm going to guess the cops have no idea what they look like. I mean, they might get uh, a profile from the truck driver they robbed, because he probably got the cleanest view of their faces, but not LAPD finest moment. Yeah, well, those 70s sports movies, they were definitely, I mean, there's an opening line, and they weren't PC, in Semi Tough, where the reporter's interviewing Burt Reynolds and Christopherson and Joe Clayburgh in the car in a limo, and the guy's like saying to Burt Reynolds and Chris Christopherson, "Well, why do you guys play football? Is it for the money?" And they both go, "No." "Is it for the fame?" "No." "Is it for the women?" "No." "Then why do you play NFL football?" And Burt Reynolds goes, "I just like showering with," and drops a hard N bomb. Um, well, I think if Dennis Miller would have been, maybe a little younger and rolled into today's world, he would have been more successful as a comic. Program was good, actually. I knew the guy, what's his name? Andrew Brzezowski or Burkowski or something along those lines. He must have lived by me because I would always see him at Sunset Oil on Tyler Fan. My voice is fine, honey. Honey. Um, and he would always ask me if I had any Coke. I did. Oh, and yeah, I mean, I liked Christopher Hitchens, and I liked Dennis Miller, early Dennis Miller, but then Miller kind of turned into Bill Maher, and it's like, why are you guys so fucking bitter, man? And I always run into Andrew at Motorhead shows. He was a big Motorhead guy, which also might explain his love of cocaine. Um, oh, I remember that. Craig Shepper. Man, I thought that guy would be a star. He was so good. I mean, that was like, I think, his last shot, other than A River Runs Through It, where it's like, okay, let's see if this guy can carry a movie. Because he had been around in the 80s, you know, I think I don't know if it was his first movie, but Fire with Fire with a very young Virginia Madsen. And then he was in Some Kind of Wonderful and a couple other, you know, he was like the go-to bad guy. You know, almost, I would guess that him and William Zabka probably auditioned for the same parts. Um, I don't know about that, Cold Sea. Yeah, that was in This Is Now. I mean, he was like the go-to. Like maybe this guy's the next Tom Cruise. Maybe he could be the next William Zabka. You know, or combo of the two. You know, but after, I mean, he was in A River Runs Through It, which was critically acclaimed. But after that, you know, just a lot of B movies. And I just taped a movie 2 nights ago, Turbulence 2, that he was in. So, well, I mean, nobody could be the next Johnny Zapp. I mean, that's like a lot. That's a lot of pressure. So I'd be interested to know what movies Craig Sheffer auditioned for and didn't get. Um, so my buddy played Brian Wolf. What's Thunder Alley? I don't think I've ever. Let me check that out. You know, this is where I needed a producer. I needed my own Adam Henniker, but I will, with your guys' patience, look up Thunder Alley. See if I know anyone in the film. 1985. I love me some. Um, my buddy played Brian Wolf. Oh, I remember that guy. Jill Sholin. She was hot. Let's, let's see who is Brian Wolf. Clancy Brown. Damn. Um, Brian Cole. Interesting. He kind of looks familiar. Let's see. Top of the cast: Roger Wilson, Jill Sholin, Cindy Barker, Scott McGinnis, Leif Garrett. Damn, it's Scott McGinnis. That name sounds very familiar. Let's check out this guy. Oh, interesting. Secret Admirer. Damn, I was an Angel, the TV show. What was that? Making the Grade. I was in Making the Grade as Biff. What was that movie? Zoom. You might have to help me out. Thunder Alley. I mean, I've never seen Thunder Alley. It was about, I think, Zoom. I know you're going to get this. This is Morgan Fairchild, and it was about a calendar. It was like a college romp movie. I think Ira Gross was in it. Let me look up Morgan Fairchild. And the lead actor was a blonde guy who you could tell was just a good looking guy. He never acted. Car chase from last night. Morgan Fairchild. The suspects got away. Um, well, I know for a fact that if you YouTube, Instagram, a lot of these channels, wasn't The Seduction. My friend was in The Seduction. Um, let's. My friend was in The Seduction. Kevin Brophy. You might have known him from the movie Wolf Boy, the TV show Wolf Boy. All right, what was the name of this movie? 19. It was around in the late 80s. The whole plot was Campus Man. Let's see what happened to the lead actor in that. Um, Todd Barrett. Let's see. John Dye. And Steve Lyon was the good looking guy in this. Let's see what happened to Steve Lyon after Campus Man. Um, let's see. He only had 6 credits. He did Campus Man, was in a few TV series, and that's it. That's how you do it, man. You do one or two movies, and you just quit the business. Um, well, I know that like YouTube and Instagram, if you're like signed with a big agency, 3 Arts, Innovative, companies like that, that you get automatically put into the algorithm. So you're not buying followers or downloads, you're just put in the algorithm instantly. So I was in talks recently to, let me see what I could say legally about this, about a show on YouTube. It was kind of like a sports variety show, and I was going to be the comic on it. And they were going to have several other people on. It was like a panel show. And, I was like, I'm in the meeting going, hey, well, we could start off with my channel. I've got a fair amount of followers. And the guy's like, how many followers do you have or subscribers? I said, a little under 4,000, 3,700. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. So I don't know what's going to happen, if anything, with this idea, but it absolutely was relayed to me that, if we do this, you won't have to worry about followers. So my brother was next in Spider-Man 2. Oh, interesting, interesting. Yeah, I mean, if Tim Dillon did it, he'd be bumped. Well, he's popular already, but like, I'm sure with his representation that, he would be bumped into the algorithm pretty fast. Um, so, and I'm still, thinking of different walk and talks I could do. I'm sure you guys are sick of me walking around West Hollywood. That's fine, I get it. But I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. And, we'll onward and upward. Like Jeff Ross fails upward, I fail downward. How it should be done. Hello. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I think, with social media, you definitely get bumped into the algorithm if you're on a big TV show or whatever. Oh no, I know you're not sick of it. Well, I don't know that, but like, I was just saying, I know if I went into like rougher neighborhoods, I'd probably get some bigger numbers, like the guy on the e-bike who literally will, like he snuck into Malibu after the fires. I mean, I tried to do that, but the cops stopped me. I think they thought I was casing the neighborhood because I am pretty suspicious looking in a black BMW with tinted windows, but they looked in the car. I'm like, hey, it's me and my dog, guys. Um, well, Dr. Nova, that's, you said it better than I could. Where's the chicken man? He's been MIA for a minute. Dr. Nova, you want to send out some Morse code for him? Um, Love Connection was pretty funny. Uh, uh, Jay, are you saying that you're going to SA me? Hit the like and subscribe button. We don't do the dirty gay ops talk in here. Chad Zumach's live right now. Go to that channel. I don't do that in here. I wish I did almost because I'd have more than 13 people in here. You son of a bitch. Um, yeah, yeah, that guy I was talking about him, A. Thompson. Um, he does it at night, Nightcrawler style. But I think he has a helper, like someone who drives the car, checks the scanner, and then he reads the chat. Um, my buddy, well, shouldn't say he was my buddy. Perry Kurtz, I'm sure Dr. Nova knows him. He was on Love Connection. I mean, that was like the original, like shows like Love Island and all those shows that are on now. Love Connection was the one where if you were well, there was no Instagram back then, but if you were like a model or a comic or an actor, you'd go on that to get you. You know, you some of them had boyfriends and girlfriends, and the boyfriends and girlfriends were like, "Go on this show." Like, obviously, I know nothing's going to happen, and you get an increase in followers or people coming to see your shows. Jay, we don't do the gay talk in here. You're gonna have to go to someone else's stream. We don't. This is a different stream. This is a family stream, which explains why there's only 16 people in here. Um, and yeah, we don't do that in here. Uh, oh no, I wasn't in a car chase. There was a great car chase last night. If you watch my stream from last night, early into the morning, there was an amazing car chase. Well, I remember Fifth Wheel, and then there was that show Eliza, Undateable, I think it was called, or you know, that was a setup. I mean, I knew a few people on there. It was a total fake show. Um, and then Aisha was cool. I met her a few times. Very funny too. I'm surprised she didn't have a longer run at the top. She got on 24, and then I don't know. Her career kind of stalled out. I mean, I think it's because Jamie from the Laugh Factory was managing her, and he didn't. He told her, I think someone told me not to do 24. What the fuck? Yeah, Blue Iris, one of the greats, no doubt about it. Um, yeah, we don't do the scum bunch talking here, Doctor Nova. It's too inside baseball. Yeah, I mean LAPD absolutely has a little egg on their face, but these guys were good. Like this is a chase where nobody got hurt, so I don't mind them getting away because they earned it. Like four different hijacks. The way they slow rolled the white van and took off in the black car right in front of their faces. I mean, respect, respect. I'm just kidding. We could talk about PJ Stansbury all day, every day, baby doll. So, how'd you like to be the first cop who, had to follow that fucking big rig, from Lancaster to Hollywood? I mean, that's a long drive back, man. But really, you don't see many car chases at night. It's really a much better time to do that stuff because the freeways are pretty open unless you run into some weird construction. Um, oh, I thought you meant Jeff Ross. I'm like, we don't do that talking here, TB. Yeah, she's really pretty, very funny. That's just and not that she didn't have or doesn't have a good career, but I don't know. I thought she could have been bigger. But it's a tough business, man. I should be bigger, to be honest with you, but I can't even get the role as a strip club owner in an independent film. Oh, I wanted that role so bad. There was a scene in it where two strippers are topless giving me a lap dance, and the guy walks in, and I get mad. I still remember the lines. Um, Boon shakalaka. Funniest thing about Boone Shakalaka is once me and Don Barris, when Boone was in drag, we took him into a strip club in the valley, like Van Nuys, real shithole. And Don was filming, of course, and he wanted to get Boone an audition. It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. And the strip club manager comes over, and Don's like, we want to get our girl an audition here. And the guy looks at Boone. It's like, I don't mean to offend you, but are you a man? And Boone instantly shot back, "Are you?" Did Moses come back since his outburst a few days ago? Oh, we don't talk about Moses in here. Like it's too hot. I'm banned from roast battle, so I believe Moses is. I'm not sure. I believe Moses is back in the fold. So I don't know. I don't remember the underwear, but and the guy just kind of looked at Boone and said, "I'll be right back." And then I think he had this. Oh, you mean Moses from the chat? No, that was really weird, man. Um, I don't know if he was having a bad day or, certainly we can all have a bad day. But, on one hand, he says, I'm a fan. And then literally the next thing is, your shorts suck. Like, no fan would say that. Now, I can take criticism, but no fan would say that. And then, I don't know, it was weird. It's almost like it wasn't even Moses. It was like his friends or something trolling me. Um, um, so I don't know. He's done it before where he was uh, argumentative with me on something I forget. And but like the other night when he's telling me I should desire more to be more than just a comedy store comic. It's like, you don't know what I desire. You don't know the meetings I take every week trying to better my career and get shit going and like I don't know. Maybe he got fired from his job or something, and he wanted to, lash out against me, but like it wasn't working. But in some ways, it is working because 2 days later we're talking about him. The thing I love about trolls is that they want attention. Anyone who goes into someone's stream wants attention when they're trolling. And then when you give them the attention, they get upset. Like, see, I got you. It's like, I'll talk to anybody. Um, oh yeah, yeah. I think I kind of remember that. Um, oh, I think I said something like getting your name on the Comedy Store wall. It's like getting your name on the Stanley Cup. And he's like, no, it's not. And like he just sometimes he seems like he likes to argue just to argue. But I don't know. He's welcome back into the stream anytime. I mean, I didn't block him. But then, like how he signed off, I'm out of here, Earl. You suck. Okay, like if I suck, why have you been in my stream the last year? So, but you do, yeah. I think I'm vaguely remembering it now. But you do, like he doesn't see the preparation. Now, do I prepare for this stream? Not really. But it's still a lot of work to talk for an hour. I mean, last night was an exception. I was clipping a car chase, but like, or sniping. But to do an hour of stand up, like the other night when I closed out the main room and Rose the Booker's in the room, and I think she watched my full set. You don't think I was prepared? Now, when I walked into the room to go backstage, I saw her in the back. I'm like, oh fuck, So you got to pull out all the tricks because the comic before me, Stephen Fury, was killing. And usually, when the second to last comic is killing, a shit ton of pressure comes on the guy going or girl going on last because the crowd in their mind is basically like, okay, that guy was pretty funny. You're not going to be better. So you have to really prove it. Um, Category 5. I think I saw that movie, TB. Um, I mean, it was just weird, William. Like, normally he's been relatively cool. And I don't care if he doesn't like my shorts, but to sit there and say you're a fan of mine and then say your shorts suck. Now, comedy's subjective, so really not one person's opinion on my comedy affects me that much. I don't like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Doesn't mean he's not one of the greatest guitar players of all time. I don't like it. Uh, so it was just weird. But, I don't know your guys' lives outside of this stream. So maybe he had a bad day, girlfriend broke up with him or whatever. So Um, yeah, I don't. That whole the Dabbleverse streams are just that's professional trollers. Let me see. What time did I get on Saturday nights? Well, when Rose is watching, people stick to their time. So I got on right about 12:30. Now the show was running behind, but one comic didn't show up, so it kind of equaled out. Were your shorts 70s OPs? What did I wear in the 70s? I definitely wore surf shorts, even though I didn't surf. My brothers were big surfers. I mean, they used to surf the Point Doom and the break in Malibu with Red Brown, who's a big surfer. Yeah, I think they were OPs. I went to Miller's Outpost, old school Earl, on Robertson and Pico, which is now a Walgreens. And like Miller's Outpost to me as a kid was like unbelievable. I mean, now this particular comic's a pretty big comic, so they might have gotten caught up at the Laugh Factory or the Improv and just missed their spot. But like, that's an infuriating thing to me. You know how many comics would literally give their limb for a Saturday night main room spot? I mean, that is the prized spot in Los Angeles comedy, a main room spot. But I don't know. Yeah, I love me some Miller's Outpost. Um, so, oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I don't know, SC and William. It was just weird. Like he seemed to be angry at me for some reason. So I would guess something was going on in his life that day. That there's been a few times, and he started telling me. Like the weird thing was, he started telling me how comedy works. It's like, bro, I've done it for 25 years. I might not be famous, but I know the business. Like I could write a how-to book or what not to do book on Los Angeles comedy. Don't tell me about the business. Val Surf, that's where I originally struck up a relationship with John Philbin, Turtle from the North Shore, where he had business cards in there that said John Philbin Surf Lessons. So I called the number and he answered, and I'm talking to him for like 15 minutes, asking him about North Shore, and then he kind of goes, "Hey, dude, you don't really want surf lessons, do you?" I'm like, "Not really." And then he came to my house years later to do the Inappropriate Earl podcast. Uh, no, Marky Mark, they did not find the. Well, they found the 18 wheeler. They just did not find the people driving it. They got away. Um, well, that's when I'm desperate and I want to burn every bridge down. Oh, if I tell all book about roast battle, the people that work on that show, wowzers. Um, Yeeks. Some of the people who battled on that show, I mean, just straight up rapist. Yeah, he was saying, Moses was saying that my YouTube shorts suck. But, and listen, are all of them bangers? No, but, you know, all of them, in my opinion, have been good enough to release to help me get into the algorithm. Um, uh, I'm just saying the chapter on roast battle. If I name names in roast battle, oof, yikes. And just in comedy in general. I'm trying to think. There was also a good surf shop on 26th and Wilshire. What's it called? It's right at the height of a movie like Side Out, where the neon shorts. Um, I used to read Surfer magazine. I didn't even fucking surf. Um, Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan's incredible. Like, I don't like that kind of music. I can't appreciate it. Argus and Earl have some serious comedy store archives in their brains. They need to be downloaded before the information is lost forever. Um, I remember I had a Maury boogie board. No, it was like, it was right around the time Side Out was, where beach volleyball was popular, and, I just remember the store in 26 in Wilshire. It might have been Bow Surf, like, and you get those pink neon surf shorts, and, fuck, I wish I knew the name of it. Pert Perkins is just MIA. He comes in and out. Um, yeah, I mean Stevie Ray Vaughan's like one of the all-time greats. I don't like that kind of music. I'd rather listen to CC DeVille, which most people would find insane. Hey, we'll do about another 9 minutes, boys. Another 9 minutes. Um, I did chat with Chappelle Lacey. Me and him are homies. We had late night dinner at Swingers a couple weeks ago. We get along, and we don't really know each other that well, but he's good people. Good lineup. I mean, everyone was killing too. Like, so that was a lot of pressure on me to perform in front of Rose. But Rose and I have a relationship where we don't really talk a lot, and if I didn't do well, she would have told me. So, um, I just leave it at that. Well, I don't think jazz sucks, but um, you can, SC. I don't remember. I really don't. There's like 6 shows now on Saturday nights. There's early OR, early belly room. Um, I honestly, I have a complete blank um, on the lineup. No, I know. I don't. I know. I followed Stephen Fury. And then I think Tiana was on the lineup, my good buddy. I mean, we don't talk a lot anymore, but like, you know, I don't know. Um, I remember I mean, I wasn't a, you don't like him. Oh, yeah, 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 that clown. Yeah, I mean, how does he get on the middle of the lineup and I have to go on dead last? But he's a suck up. Probably sent Rose. What he's good at is finding what you like and getting you involved in it. Like, if he finds out, like with Burr, he found out the music connection. Hey, I'll get you in backstage at this place. Ooh. Fucking loser. Um, but, we're on the same lineup. But he knows, he's smart enough. He knows not to talk to me. Like, we were in the parking lot together the other night, and he just knew to keep a distance. So, I mean, he ain't doing a very good job of it. Trust me on that one. And no one really likes him, to be honest with you, because he's so fucking fake. I mean, he is a character out of Swingers, and nobody likes him. But probably, they all goof on him, because he's so phony. So that's why it's crazy to me that Burr and Marin have him around, because Burr and Marin strike me as two guys who don't like phony people, and you're literally got the phoniest person in LA comedy up your nuts. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I gotta start worrying about myself, SC. Just being a fucking comedy soldier. I show up to the comedy store wherever I'm performing. I do my spots, try and be the funniest person on the lineup, and then go home and play NCAA college football. Um, but what are you gonna do? I'd much rather be me than him. There's not a day that ends in Y where I wish I was that guy. Um, so, if I hear anything about the car chase update, I mean, I think those guys got away, and because I don't think. I mean, I guess you might be able to pull some footage from street cameras, maybe get a good look at them. Um, yes, that's the Val Surf. I saw John Philbin, or not saw him, but um, I want to say Riverside and uh, no, the one I'm thinking of was like Moore Park and Laurel Canyon or something. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get an update. I mean, I just checked Channel 4 news site, and so far nothing. Uh, I probably would have given him a quick fist bump. I mean, you don't want the audience to know you don't like the person, but it wouldn't, and maybe I wouldn't have. To be, I probably would just had my, knowing me now, I probably just would have put my hands in my pockets. See you, Bill C. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way out if you can do so. I'm just a comedy soldier trying to make it, my man. Yeah, that might. Yeah, I guess these guys might have had a cam. I mean, and those guys are probably so stupid they didn't realize there was a camera in the cab. But they did drive that big rig. I don't know if that was a stick or an automatic, but they seemed to know what they were doing. Thank you, Bill C. I'm just trying to make it. I'm late. The guys got away. When they dumped the white pickup truck and set it in motion like they were still in it, they took off in a black BMW, and I don't think the cops realized it until it was too late. I mean, they seem to know how to drive all forms of cars, so I'm not sure what happened. Um, but LAPD definitely, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to assume it was an automatic just because they never really stalled or you didn't see the car, like they were trying to get into gear. But some of those newer 18 wheelers are still stick. I watch, what was that? I'll give this guy a plug. Alex, the trucker guy. He just basically details his life as a long haul trucker. And I believe his truck, which is new, is stick. So, uh, I mean, I would guess at some points when they were up on the five, they probably were close to 100. But I would say the average speed was probably 75. They weren't, I mean, obviously, they weren't going to get away from the police and that thing. But what up? What up? 4:15 in the morning. Wake up! Wake up! Oh, it's still there. Yeah, Riverside and Whitsett. That, yeah, 100%. I might have to go there and get some board shorts. I love long skateboarder board shorts. It's always been my vibe, if you know what I'm saying. Of course, I had two pairs of Nike Air Jordan shorts that went about 2 to 3 inches past my kneecap. The shorts, not my weenie. Hey, it ain't that big. Um, Although in the right hands it could be. Um, but I lost them. Great shorts. They were like terry cloth, but I think they were made for basketball. Did you ever have a pair of jams? Or no? I mean, I had what was that pair? I had some Junko black pants. I really love those. I used to shop a lot on Melrose. I was a punk rocker. I was trying to be anyway. All right, guys, we've got about 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes, and then Earl Skakel must start his day, make some business calls, monkey business calls. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate the love and support of the Earlomaniacs. You guys have been good to me, and I appreciate it. Let me see. I'm trying to. The ugliest pair of. I used to shop at Nordstrom Brass Rail in the West Side Pavilion, second floor. It was like where kids in their late 20s would shop to look hip. And I had probably the ugliest pair of shorts I've ever had was a pair of green plaid skateboard shorts. Kanoa Surf went out of business. Guess the owners got into coke. CISC, good. Thanks as always for checking in. Gina Bobina, we're just about to end the stream. But thank you as always for checking in. Thank you to William Zoom for moderating the ones and twos. I'm trying to think. There's OP and Quicksilver was a big brand in that surf shop on Wilshire and 26. I had a lot of Quicksilver, neon green, and it's just a different era back then. I look like Surfer Sting in these shorts. So interesting, William. I don't recall ever hearing them. So, all right, you guys, this has been a fun Monday morning, Monday afternoon, or Tuesday morning for Shandy stream. I don't, there's nothing sure.